In this question, we're given a graph which can be used to change between US dollars and British pounds. Rosie bought a ring in the USA, and she paid $345 US. We need to work out in pounds the amount that Rosie paid for the ring. Using our graph, we can see that we have British pounds on the x-axis and US dollars on the y-axis. And so let's say that British pounds is equal to x and US dollars is equal to y. Now to begin to answer this question, we can find the equation of the line. Now to find the equation of the line, we need two pieces of information. We need the gradient of the line and we need the y-intercept of the line. Let's start by finding the gradients. We know that the gradient, m, is equal to the change in y divided by the change in x. And we can draw a gradient triangle in order to help us find this. Now we've drawn in our gradient triangle, and we can see that the y-coordinate at this point is 64, and the y-coordinate at this point is 12, and the x-coordinate at this point is 49, and the x-coordinate at this point is 9. Now to find the gradients, we want to find the change in y divided by the change in x. The change in y is equal to 64 take away 12, and the change in x is equal to 49 take away 9. And so we can say that the change in y divided by the change in x is equal to 64 take away 12 divided by 49 take away 9. Now putting these values into our calculator, we'll find that the gradient of the line is equal to 1.3. The next piece of information that we need in order to find the equation of the line is the y-intercept of the line. The y-intercept is the point at which the line touches the y-axis. Now on our graph, we can see that our line crosses the y-axis at the origin, which has the coordinates 0, 0. And so we can say that the y-intercept c is equal to 0. Now we know that the equation of a straight line is in the format y equals mx plus c. We said that the gradient m is equal to 1.3 and the y-intercept c is equal to 0. And so y equals 1.3x plus 0. We can ignore the plus 0 and say that y is equal to 1.3x. Now we're told that Rosie paid $345 US, and we need to find the value of $345 US in British pounds. We said that US dollars is equal to y, and so we know that y is equal to 345. And so we need to find the value of x when y is equal to 345. We said that y is equal to 1.3x. Given that we know that y is equal to 345, we can say that 345 is equal to 1.3x. To find x, we can divide both sides by 1.3. Dividing the right-hand side by 1.3 will leave us with x, and dividing 345 by 1.3 will leave us with 265.384 ... And so we found that when y is equal to 345, x is equal to 265.384. We know that x is equal to the amount of money in British pounds, and so rounding our answer of x to the nearest pound, we can say that Rosie paid approximately £265 for the ring. And so we've now found the correct final answer, that Rosie paid approximately £265 for the ring that she bought in the USA. Now this question is worth 3 marks. We get the first mark for using our graph in order to find the equation of the line. We get the second mark for setting up an equation where y is equal to 345 in order to find the value of x. And we get the third mark for getting the correct final answer, that the amount of money that Rosie paid for the ring is approximately equal to £265. And so we've now achieved the full 3 marks needed in this question.